Good morning, my friends. I'm out on my back porch, and this is my can of worms. And it's really only been 5 days since we started the worm wars between my Florida worms, which are red wigglers, and there's probably a few blue worms in there, and Sandra over at Nana's Worms and Garden, her Vancouver worms. I believe they're also red wigglers, but of course they're Canadian worms, or as they say, Canadian. And I happened to move my can of worms this morning, and so I was kind of checking underneath, and the bottom well had just hundreds of worms in it. I don't know if it got too wet or they didn't like the fact that there's all the um, shredded cardboard underneath there, and I have no idea. Anyway, I've never quite had that situation where there were just, I'll show you, hundreds and hundreds of worms that were in that bottom tray. I mean, I weighed it, they're small worms, and you can see they're trying to escape again. So they're not happy with something. But this was 6 ounces, and as tiny as they are, there's probably 1,000 worms in there. So while I had everything apart and I was reassembling, and there were some mites in there, so I was washing stuff out, I thought, let me just take this apart and see what I can figure out. And so, like I said, it hasn't been a week yet, and I'm sure that those magnolia leaves are just as firm as they were originally. Get my other glove on here. There we go. All right, we'll make this quick. I just wanted to pull it apart, see if there's any action at all. Since like I said, since I had the whole thing apart, and we just started this 5 days ago. I went over and got some fresh magnolias straight off a tree, and then I also took a few that were on the ground, and they had turned brown. Not sure what we got here, but we'll see, shall we? Oh, I see green. I feel green. I hear a crinkle. I don't want to rip it all apart. Oh, it's awfully warm. Wow. Oh, this was the banana. That's right. I put a banana peel right on top of it. The whole thing whole. All right, let's move you to the side, and let's see what we can see on our own. Okay, so we have one leaf. Doesn't even look like it's wet, actually. And I put it in here as a stem. So, oops, let me not lose my banana peel. Yeah, see, here we go. Still glossy. I hope you're able to see that. Still brown. Another one. Yeah, I think we had the 3 loose. 1, 2, 3. I'm not sure. Is that yeah, 3 loose. The 1 little cluster. I think there were some browns in here. There we go. Now I feel it. Okay, there's a brown. That one's looking a little wet. Could have sworn there was, yeah, I think 2 or 3 brown. You can, they're easy to see because you can feel that stem there. And I think that was it. There were, yeah, I think the rest of this is just because it wasn't taken the whole way down to the bottom. It was just, there's coffee filters and what have you. Okay, so here's our deal. Again, it's only been 5 days. I'm not going to make this crazy. And I'm going to put I have one thing for them. And that was, and I reach it over there. Yeah, there we go. It's a it's a Mickey head. It's a strawberry top, and then this is food that's been pulverized in my NutriBullet and frozen. So I thought, gee, that's perfect. I'll just put that right in there, and we'll put the leaves all around it. Those are the dry leaves, and move it to the side there. Make it a little, okay, so we'll put it in like this, like we're displaying something. There we go, right around, that's Minnie, right around Minnie's head there. And then the other thing I wanted to put in there was I had, just knocked it over there. Let me reach across, sorry. These are my amaryllis blooms that I normally would just have thrown away, and I thought, I'll bet the worms would eat these quite well. And so I'm going to tuck those in as extra food. They haven't been frozen, so we'll see how they handle it. Maybe a couple of these stems to really see if they'll go nuts. Amaryllis stems are like, I don't know if you can see through that, but they actually create like little tunnels. I think that's probably enough for them. And then, since Sandra pulled out her worms from her Gilligan, I'm going to put these on top. I'm going to take a handful of leaf mulch first. This is my Drake elm leaves, and put it kind of over top of that because I don't want them straight on the ice or the cold, And then I'm going to add all of these worms on top and let them get all these little guys off. This wasn't a very good container because there's so many little nooks and crannies in it that the worms are finding all the little nooks and crannies. But I will be sure to get that off of there. Make sure everybody's got a home. Speaking of homes, I hope everybody's going to have a nice place to go if you celebrate Easter or if you celebrate Passover. I think Passover is starting on Friday for my Jewish friends, and then Easter is Sunday. Did I get everyone? I think I did. It looks to me like I got pretty much everybody. And we'll just let those guys all spread out. Here, honey, come over here and look at these pretty flowers. Ooh, they're lovely. And then I'm going to take the banana peel and lay that back on top of it, and then just kind of move everything on top of that. Oops, doggone it. I forgot. Let me just get this back underneath here. Sorry, Sandra, I'm not as good as you are. I don't remember all these things. There we go. Okay, so everybody's light and tight. And I'm going to put these back over here. I have my little spray bottle. ended up being a bigger job than I thought it was going to be this morning. I thought I was just going to sweep around my worms, and then I realized, oh my goodness, I need to take everything apart and start all over again. And there we go. And there you have it. Nickety split. I don't know how, this is day 5. I'm not sure how many days Sandra is into her uh, uh, into her worm wars against my boys and girls over here, but this is only day 5 for us. Don't really see any difference, but we'll call it a success, and then we'll be back hopefully maybe day 14 or something. We'll try and work it that way. So anyway, take care, everybody. I hope you're enjoying this fun little project that Sandra and I have going for you. There's certainly nobody's wearing any gloves, no fisticuffs here, but we're trying to make it fun for you. So keep an eye on both of us. Again, she's Nana's Worms and Garden, and her name is Sandra, and she's a great lady and a great worm farmer. So I hope you guys will all come back and see me again soon. Remember to subscribe if you will, and ring the bell, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye bye.